and good morning to Nigerians and everybody watching us in and out of Lagos. And we want to say a very big thank you for following us throughout the week. We've been talking on the show. Welcome to Cool TV, Channel 196 on Star Times. This is Crossfire. I'm here with Ishoma Agayine. We'll be doing the show together. Ishoma, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Now, we're not alone in the studio. We have a guest here, and it's someone who has been throwing punches even even before we came into the studio. And we definitely will be just, tackling him and then getting his opinion on some certain issues and all of that. Don't forget, since the beginning of the week, Tuesday precisely, we have been witnessing the ministerial nominee screening by the Senate. And so we'll be doing a snap view, just like an overall review of the screening process. And then don't forget, it's your show, it's our show. Mm-hmm. Be a part of it, pick up your phone. You'll see our numbers scrolling on the screen. Just call into the show and let us know exactly what your position is about some of the issues we'll be raising on the show. Let's welcome Liboros Oshoma. Liboros, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you on the show again.
I think we should shake hands now. Probably just in case we fight later on.
You know why it's very important to shake hands, especially when you get somewhere or before, a show like this. Yeah. Because you may end up throwing punches. When you're shaking, it's like this.
Verbal punches, actually, not physical punches.
I like the fact that you speak daggers, but you don't use them. Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Ishoma.
Okay. So the Senate on Tuesday commenced the screening of ministerial nominees, which were submitted by the President, Muhammadu Buhari. Mr. Buhari sent 2 batches of nominees to the Senate. The first batch consisting of 21 names, which was forwarded to the Senate on September 30th. Now, the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, read the names of another 16 on Tuesday, bringing the total to 37. Now, the Senate screened only 10 of the nominees on Tuesday, following a motion by Senate Leader Ali Ndume. Those who appeared before the Senate on Tuesday were Udoma, Kayode Fayemi, Audu Ogbe, Osage Ehanire, Abdurrahman Dambazwal, and Lai Mohammed. Others were Suleiman Adamu, Amina Mohammed, Ogbonnaya Onu, and Ibrahim Jibril. Only Mr. Mohammed, who is currently the APC spokesperson, was asked to take a bow and go without questions, following consensus by the ruling APC and opposition PDP senators. Now, the screening held under a relaxed atmosphere, although some nominees were grilled and had to respond to a series of questions pertaining to their respective backgrounds.
All right.
Gentlemen.
Very, very interesting activities we saw in the Senate. But let's quickly take some stories here, and then we'll come back to discuss about, what all the things that has happened in the Senate since Tuesday up till now. And that is talking about the ministerial nominee screening by the Senate. A lot of dramas characterized the screening, and a lot of intrigues also we're seeing in the course of interviewing many of the candidates. Now, let's take our first story today. We'll just run through it and make a few comments, and then we narrow down on the business for today. Now, pressure on Boko Haram triggers more bombings. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Olonisaki, has attributed his high rate of soft target bombing by the Boko Haram insurgents being witnessed in the past couple of months to the increased pressure on the insurgents in the northeast part of the country. Now, General Olonisaki, who stated this yesterday in Abuja at the 2015 Nigerian Navy Research and Development Seminar, added that the spate of suicide bombings is a direct result of the military successes in uprooting the Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast. Now, he urged Nigerians to be security conscious and report any suspicious movement around them. Are we winning? Are we actually winning this battle?
You see, in Nigeria, we don't have a sense of history. Sorry to say this.
All right.
When Boko Haram started, they started with this, what you call soft bombing. I don't know how soft it is when you kill 50-something people, in an incident, and you call it soft. And so, after that, they started taking territories. And now that it is easier to rout them when they take territories than to when they engage in this soft bombing, or what you would call soft bombing. And so when it's now difficult for them to take territories because, agreed, the Nigerian military had been able to counter that. So they've reverted what you call changing tactics. Mm-hmm. They've changed tactics. I will not agree that it is because the military is gaining upper hand. What they simply did was, look, if we don't have enough men to sustain this, let us go back to our usual way. And I think the only way I will say that they are gaining upper hand, or that it is soft target, or that is soft target, is when, you know, this incessant mosque bombing reduce. Because what they were used to were bombings with cars. That was how they bombed the UN building, Yanya Park. They even repeated it again.
They did the same thing to the police headquarters.
At the same time, police headquarters, until they started taking territories. So is it when they bomb Aso Rock that you will know it's not soft? You know, for me, this idea
because of the nature this has taken, the military, they're having the challenge of being able to pinpoint them down to a particular location.
And that is
intelligence cannot grant that alone.
No, look, because that's where, you know, when we talk about intelligence, I think it's not just about...
I think community effort will come into this.
Yeah, community effort will come into this, and then also you need to engage sophisticated mechanism now. Not just, you know, we have this mentality of, you know, invade this place, kill and burn and go, and then route whoever, whether Boko Haram or innocent people, and then you say, look, we've reclaimed back this territory. Now it is time to do intelligence and psychological warfare. And so when you say they've resorted to soft target because they are bombing marketplaces, they are bombing mosques, you know, on important occasions, and then you say soft target, we should leave these idiosyncrasies and face the real
Now,
issues.
very unfortunately, a suburb town as Mulai in Maiduguri, capital city of Borno State, at about 6:20 p.m. on Thursday, that was last night, October 15, was greeted with the echo of two deadly explosions, sending residents of the area, you know, scampering for safety. And Premium Times, you know, reported this. Now, the issue was that, I mean, they killed, you know, scores of people even last night, and it's so very, very unfortunate.
And then you call it soft.
And then, I mean, I still really don't understand if we are winning this battle.
But Mr. President said we can defeat Boko Haram.
Yeah, I agree.
By December.
We can.
With all of this now,
we can, but not the tactics we
all right,
are
but with the
employing.
effort, but just on Wednesday, the United States of America sending about 300 exactly
to Cameroon.
To help, you know, push the efforts from Cameroon side.
Why we need these men, we need more of equipment. We need scanning devices. We need area surveillance. You know, we need, because the United States
probably need to deploy drones.
Surveillance drones.
The United States was able to nip this after the 9/11 happening in their territory because of sophisticated trainings and equipment, and not resort to this, they resorted to soft target, and that won't help us. Every day you say soft target and people are dying in droves, 40-something people today. If you take account of people that have died since May 29th, I tell you the number will astonish you. And so let us face this issue squarely and not begin to play with words when it has to do with life and properties. Because it's not happening to you today does not mean that. And then when they say, because we are winning, you agree. You know, they are more on ground than they were, you know, in the last 4 years of the last administration. But then they should also realize that these people have changed tactics.
So
because like they say, if the delicate debate in Chinua Achebe's Tin Solar Part says, if the hunter learns to shoot without missing, I too will learn to fly without perching. And so what they are basically doing now is to learn to fly without perching. And so you don't see them coming. And then the next thing you see is there's an explosion somewhere and you say it's soft. And then to them, they have achieved success. They go back.
And since they're using local, many of them have been trained now, the bombers, they have been trained to even make a typical IED. So when they are passing, so when they are moving away from wherever location they've been dislodged from, and they move into another locality, you don't even know, because they are just going to pick up all the things they're going to use, you know, for the IED locally. I mean, they use can, the can for the normal sodas and all of that, and they are good to go, and then they get the normal stripes wired.
That is why we need to resort back to there was a time government was installing camera devices in major cities. We need to resort back to surveillance. Even as government have, technology had advanced to a stage that they even use these cameras to detect overspeeding cars. So I see no reason why we cannot do that. You keep telling your people every day that don't worry, it is soft target, and people are dying by installment, and you call it soft target. Nobody knows who's next. If it is not armed robbery, it is kidnapping.
Now, that actually brings us to the next story. Now, there was a very bad incident that happened in Festac. Now, police shift blame to Navy and Air Force, and that's really very challenging. Now, over 48 hours after a 50-man armed robbery gang stormed Festac and robbed 2 banks in Gestapo style. Now, the police says their appeal for help to the Nigerian Navy and the Nigerian Air Force did not yield results. Now, a senior police officer reportedly said that they had radioed first for help from to the Navy in Lagos when the armed robbers struck that morning, but they got no favorable response. Now, he said that the Navy had told them that even their smallest vessel cannot access the shallow canal around, Festac, adding that they should seek help from the Air Force.
They don't have speedboats.
Now, the Navy actually told them that to seek help from the airport, and then he added that the Air Force had not outrightly rejected to help, but told the police to contact the headquarters for clearance. Now, the director of Navy Information, Commodore Aliyu Kabiru, said the Navy is only constitutionally responsible in defending the nation's territorial integrity by sea, and as such, operates only in the open space, in the open sea.
But
truth is
that's actually the domain.
It is their domain. We agree completely.
It's a police.
But we have Operation Mensa in Lagos. It's a combination of all the armed forces. And so why are they involved in Operation Mensa if it is not their constitutional responsibility? What this has further exposed in Nigeria is the uncoordinated approach to security, or coordinated effort of security organization in Nigeria. You see the DSS will blame police will blame army will blame Navy. That is what is happening here again now. I quite sympathize with the police. For them to have told you that they called for help means that, look, in as far as this one is concerned, it is beyond us. Yes. As I speak to you now, there's an assistant commissioner in Alagbon. He's a friend of mine who was transferred to Alagbon, and I visited his office and I was appalled by what I saw. Assistant commissioner, he's using his personal phone now to upgrade his office, not to talk of equipment for those that are securing your lives and property. What we have done to Nigerian police is garbage in, garbage out. And so now calling for help. We heard that some people bought a helicopter for security surveillance. Where are they? Also, it tells you that the man that says contact Abuja, he actually knows what he's saying. If they go out without instruction from the command headquarters, they at the end of the day is going to fall back on him, and he might probably lose his job, and nobody will come to his aid for doing the right thing.
Imagine if
nobody compensates him.
Imagine if one of his officers was eventually hit.
Exactly, you account for the men. And so what it happens here, and then also that's where the governor needs now to sit down. They have security briefings and meetings, monthly or weekly, or as the case may be. So what they need to do now is sit down and say, look, how do we need this? Anytime there's call for help, what should happen? How do we, there should be a concerted effort.
A collabo.
Also now you can't say it's because the government at the center is opposition. Now it is the same government. So there should be a synergy between the center and Lagos, because this is one incident too many. And all the armed robbers, they've always assessed their target through water. If you remember, even the Lekki one, the Korodu one, now the Festac one, it's all the same thing. And then for the Navy to say we don't have a vessel, don't they have speedboats? If truly there was a concerted effort, speedboat would have been deployed. It shows that the Navy has superior firepower to the police. And so they would have been able to chase these people. And then they said the armed robbers came in military uniforms, and to have operated confidently for 2 hours. 2 banks, it shows that, that there are a lot to this that meet the eye. So all this blame game. I think anytime we set up panel to investigate issues like this, the people that are brought to book are miscreants and not those in authority, because we never take responsibility when we're in authority. It's always good for us to
shift a small digression. I'm beginning to, I work, in VI, I live on the mainland, but I'm beginning to notice since May the 29th a very sharp drop in security awareness in Lagos, especially since the last governor left and we have a new
because
person.
Basically what is happening, Dapo, if you are building a fence, once let's assume now it was Choma who built the fence up to this level, and then you come on board. If you add bricks to the existing one, you will move faster. But if you decide to remove the existing bricks before you put your own, you will expose the people to the danger.
That's true.
Before the bricks were put in place. So that's basically what is happening. We all knew how the current administration came. A lot of things that we were not aware of, we became aware of, under Fashola. Why? That is good. Awareness, but in the same vein, you should have your eye on the ball. It's the same party. What am I going to do in this area? How do I continue these laudable programs? And now it's like, I told somebody yesterday, it's like the governor has shut down Lagos and threw the key somewhere. So everywhere now, there's traffic, there's we're gradually going back to this era of pickpocket lawlessness.
Exactly.
So the governor should sit down now and put his team together and get his priorities right. This is not the time to begin.
How do you reason with this theory? I believe that Raji Fashola, former governor of Lagos State, did credibly well when it comes to a couple of things that he was able to achieve in 8 years when he was in power. Now, I would have expected that on the paper or by proper handing over process, he would have said something like this, and I wouldn't know if it makes sense. That, see, the change Lagos need has already been seen. We know all we want is continuity. I don't think anybody is in his right senses. We want to bring any change to us now. What change are you talking about? Let's continue from where he stopped.
You don't need a Fashola to tell you that or to hand that over, because that was the campaign mantra of the APC during the campaign. Continuity. And then they even gave us a diagram how Bola Ahmed Tinubu came and laid out the map, how Fashola started and started building on the map, and then Ambode is coming now to continue in that building. But what we basically saw was the first few days of Ambode bringing down those structures in the map. And so when you bring down those structures, you're going to have rebels everywhere, and they're going to obstruct traffic. And that's basically psychologically what is happening.
But Mr. Libras, as regards tackling security now, I'm of the opinion that state policing will go a long way in protecting the lives of Nigerians. Also recall that at the floor of the Senate during the screening,
I'm not going to take just hold on.
Quickly, please. The campaign or the ideology, the political ideology of the ACN, and now, a part of the APC was true federalism. That was what we knew them for. That, look, through federalism, we must go back to the states controlling resources and state policing and all of that. I expect to see the party drive that process also, because they had told us that is what will only take us to where we want to be. But now operating Nigeria like an institution where everybody runs to Abuja to collect akara will not work. So I believe in state policing.
All right. Okay, we will definitely in the course of the week still bring the topic on the issue of state policing, local policing, federal policing, and all of that, and then probably still open it up to find out if Nigeria is actually on the police. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take it off from here. We'll be right back.
So, did you like what you just saw? I know you did. It's very simple. If you want to see more, just subscribe to our channel right now.